Casey has owned this 1930 Model A Ford since 1989, but it took a few years before he actually got down to work on it. Here's the story from Casey.
My cousin owned it, but he tried to get it on the road and it didn't happen, and I always wanted to buy it, and finally I bought it in '89, and then it took some time before we gathered up the time and the money to build it. But other than that, it took 2 years. We started working on it in '94, and we had it together in 1996, like I say. Yep.
This Model A has more power than anything that Edsel Ford could have dreamed of back in 1930.
It's a big box Chev 427, the Turbo 400 automatic with a tranny brake and a reverse pattern in it. 9-inch Ford rear end. I don't know what else I can tell you. The motor is not anywhere near stock. We don't burn pump gas. We have to put special high octane fuel in it.
So, what are you burning?
112. It's a racing fuel. Like, I traveled with a bunch of guys with race cars for years, and they were using 112, 114 octane fuel.
Oh sure, it has a lot of horsepower under the hood, but it does have drawbacks.
Yep. You can't drive this thing for more than an hour though, because it's just not comfortable. It's just too small.
This is by no means an economy car, but Casey's not unhappy.
Well, we get about 8 miles a gallon out of it, and we're at about 12 to 1 compression, and we're over 600 horse. It's safe to tell anybody that. We have more than 600 horsepower. So there's a gas tank behind the back seat here, and there's 2 5-gallon tanks, one under each of the running boards in the bottom of it.
That's a nice set of gauges set into the dash.
This is a set of Moon Eyes. It's actually a collector set that was produced in 1995, and I saw it on the market. I believe there's only 1,000 of these sets made, and I bought one of them. And the interior is actual leather interior. The guy that done it for me worked for R&M, and the hides apparently came from England. I saw them before they were this color. They were Holstein hides. So, but he dyed them brown. Yes.
What was the car like when you bought it? Did you have much body work to do?
Body work was done by me and the fella Ray Want that was with us here today. He is a body man, and we both worked together at another job, not body work, and he's just a real good body man. Ray was a body man before he went to Navistar, the truck plant, and he's still very talented at it. There was no big rust or anything. It had a little dent in the back end where it must have been hit by something at one time. There was a bullet hole in the door here where somebody must have took a shot at it one day. And it was a matter of, we just put body filler on and sanded her off and primed her and sanded her off and primed her 3 times. We did that to it. It was painted in Chatham by Joe Booth. The body work's the biggest part of it. Like, it took a year to do the body work on the thing, and it's the original frame is underneath the car, the original red. The original body is here except for the hood. The hood is new, and other than that, the car is still, we had to take and chop the frame to tub it to put the tires on the back end of it.
The rear tires are 21.5-inch Mickey Thompsons. What about the transmission?
Well, it's just your Turbo 400 with a reverse pattern in it, which means like your reverse is at the top instead of being at the bottom, and then it's got 1, 2, 3 instead of drive 2, 3.
What else can you tell us?
Oh, it's got an AL7 in it and a 2-step MSD 2-step in it. Right, like that's a racing thing. Other than that, no, it's just a big toy.
I asked if he occasionally puts the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, we have done that. Yep, runs really good. The wheelie bars at the back are not just ornaments. It's not impressive as far as spinning tires and smoking, which I never was fond of. The traction is great, and she just leaves. It weighs 2,000 pounds on the back axle when it's sitting empty, and 1,200 pounds on the front axle. So we got real good weight distribution. By moving this big block back 7 inches, we gained about 700 pounds on this rear axle.
The trailer is a nice touch to this car. That's the story of Casey's 1930 Model A Ford. Thanks for viewing. I hope you enjoyed. And come spring, we'll see you at the car shows and cruise nights.